Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. There's a very important question that brothers and sisters are asking, and that is what is the link, or is there a link between Hajj and Eid Al Adha? First and foremost, according to Quran and Sunnah, there is no link between Hajj and Eid Al Adha, and the reason for that is because Hajj, the obligation of, or the wujub of Eid was made wajib by the Prophet ﷺ in the second year of Hijri, whereas Hajj was made fard by the Prophet ﷺ in 9th Hijri. And so Muslims of Medina were celebrating Eid on the 10th of Dhul Hijjah for 7 years when there was no Hajj. And so the point is that both Hajj and Eid Al Adha are linked to moon sighting and not to each other. It is just a coincidence that Eid Al Adha is one day after Yawm Al Arafah, which is on 9th of Dhul Hijjah, but there is absolutely no link between the two. And Hajj is particular to the place. Hajj is particular to Makkah, whereas Eid is celebrated all around the world. And so for 1300 years were the Muslims dependent upon Hajj. They didn't even know when the moon was sighted in Saudi Arabia. They wouldn't have known when the Hajj was performed in Saudi Arabia. And so they were celebrating Eid on 10th of Dhul Hijjah all around the world without having knowledge of the day of Hajj. And so we know that, so therefore Hajj and Eid Al Adha are not directly linked to each other. Also, it's very important here to mention the day of Arafah. The fasting of the day of Arafah for people will be in accordance to their own calendar. So if in Saudi Arabia there is it's the 10th of Dhul Hijjah, and in Saudi Arabia Eid is being performed, and in UK it's the 9th of Dhul Hijjah, then for the people of UK that's the day of Arafah. And so for the people of UK, they can choose to fast on that day, on the day of Arafah. And so our day of Arafah is not dependent upon the gathering of the Hujjaj on the plains of Arafah. Our day of Arafah is dependent on the moon sighting. So our day of Arafah will be in accordance to our own calendar and not dependent upon the Saudi calendar. And so if it was